Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. Welcome back. Alf and I are returning one more time in this outfit, in this getup, to film my most recent HomeWorx fall candle haul. HomeWorx kind of keeps dropping fall candles periodically, seems like every couple weeks. And so when they had, not the most recent drop, but I think it was probably the drop before the Halloween stuff showed up. There were some fall candles that dropped, and that order finally arrived to me. It took me a little bit longer. My donkey was very slow getting to the West Coast on the old Lewis and Clark Trail here. But yeah, it took me quite some time to receive this order. Quite frankly, I am super impressed that none of these candles have any damage from the heat, because they were, like I said, on the back of a donkey on their way to me. Shipping anything to the West Coast from the East Coast it's just a long process these days. I feel like I used to receive packages so much more quickly from the East Coast, but I think obviously since the pandemic, I feel like more and more people started shopping online, and I think that these delivery companies are struggling to keep up. So it's fine. I certainly have other candles that I can burn in the meantime, so I shouldn't really be complaining about it. But I have things here from Homeworx.Shop as well as QVC, and at the very end of this video I do have two candles that Homeworx did send to me as PR. They're actually ScentWorx candles, so if you are not into seeing any PR items at all, I will put them at the very end of the video and will clearly let you know what candles were sent. This other stuff I paid for. So, all right, you guys, where do we even start? Also, Homeworx, I'm not sure if the sale is still happening as of today when this video goes up, but Homeworx was having a 20%, I think it was site-wide sale this weekend, and the influencer codes did work with that. So if you are interested in saving an additional 10%, I will put my code in the description box down below. I'll also put a link in the description box where you can buy all of these Homeworx candles. You've got a few different options, including Ulta, obviously Homeworx.Shop, you've got QVC, and then these ScentWorx candles are sold over at Kohl's. So let's get into it. Let's start with what I picked up from QVC. First of all, I always love when I get like 50 DMs about a candle that has returned that I have obsessed about to QVC or Homeworx.Shop. And I received so many DMs, so many like messages over on YouTube. Just, you guys, I even received 2 emails. A couple of you were nice enough to even like send me emails about this, but blueberry cheesecake. It's at QVC. I'll link it down below. I don't love shopping at QVC. They're not my favorite. I have not made that a secret. I really don't like their shipping, that they don't combine shipping if you're purchasing multiple things. It's always going to irritate me. However, I'm going to make an exception for things that are delicious, and I think I got some pretty decent cash back on Rakuten with this purchase, so it's fine. I'll deal. It's blueberry cheesecake, and it is heavenly. I did order 3 boxes. Now, do I feel bad about that? Because you guys know I'm kind of on this journey to stop being a candle hoarder, and especially now that my Homeworx candle collection has kind of exploded. And quite frankly, the candle explosion with regards to Homeworx really exploded largely because when you order from QVC, typically they come in a set of 2. Homeworx did start selling a few candles here and there, like in a single format, but price wasn't great. And I mean, you might as well get 2 candles. Might as well, right? If you love the scent, because most of the time it's 2 of the same fragrance in a box. So blueberry cheesecake came out this spring, and when I originally ordered it from the Homeworx website, I only picked up 2 because, again, I'm on a journey to not hoard my candles. But once I got it, I immediately regretted not getting more because it sold out like that. And it sold out for a reason, and that reason is that this is delicious. Oh, I love this. First of all, I'm totally gonna like burn this into the fall. This would also make a really great transitional scent now that we are transitioning into fall. I know some of you are like, you have your claws in summer and you're like, I don't want it to go away. It's going away though, guys. Us fall people are super excited. I am over the sunshine. I am over the extreme heat. And I just want some pumpkins and rain and cold weather and sweaters. And yeah, that's what makes me happy. I have a seasonal affective disorder that is like, I get sad in the summer. I don't get sad in the fall and the winter when most people do. I get really happy then. So, but blueberry cheesecake, let's discuss the notes here. So you have wild Maine blueberry, cheesecake accord, blackberry jam, and brown sugar crust. All of it is in here and it's delicious. Like if this sounds remotely appealing to you, get it. So good. Also, my first one burned great. I haven't burned the second one. It's upstairs in my candle closet. But yeah, the first one of this one burned great for me, so I'm hopeful. And it was quite strong. Honestly, that was one of the stronger spring and summer candles that I had from HomeWorx, and that was another reason why I regretted not picking up more, because we all know that the candles were a little hit and miss this year. So, okay. So I got 3 boxes of that, and now we're gonna move on to the Homeworx.Shop. So when you order from the Homeworx website, you can purchase candles individually, which is nice. So you just get this size box. Okay, let's address the big fat elephant in the room here, and that is these lids. Yeah, all my candles came with these lids. So these are the original lids here. My blueberry cheesecake came with the original metal lids. These new lids here are, they're a much lighter, much thinner, it's like a Snapple cap. They're cheaper. They are definitely cheaper lids. I don't know what prompted this change, but it's definitely a significant difference in like the overall aesthetic of the candle, I feel like. And I am a little bit of a sucker for packaging. I always thought the original lids were really quite lovely. I'm not gonna throw a massive fit about it because guess what? I have a ton of the old metal lids laying around, and so when I'm displaying these like downstairs, either on my pedestals or in my hurricanes, I'm just gonna take one of these lids and put it on here, and there we go. So I would suggest if you have some HomeWorx candles in your collection that have these original lids, just keep those lids and then plop them on the new candles. And I mean, yeah. Is it less than ideal? Yeah. Is it a permanent thing? I don't even know. I don't know what prompted this change, whether it's a shortage of the materials that they normally have available for the original lids, or whether they were looking to cut costs, or I don't know. It was never like addressed by HomeWorx at all. So that is what it is. But what's this first candle? Oh, sorry. I hit the dog in the head. But luckily these are so light, it didn't even affect him. These lids are significantly lighter. So, okay, mochaccino crumb cake. Let's start here. What are the notes on this? Vanilla crumb cake, mocha latte, creamy caramel, and powdered sugar. All right, let's give it the old snifferoo here and see. This one has an interesting, like, it's got like a texture, like in the, can you guys see that? Come on, little camera. Like this middle part here, for whatever reason, it has like a kind of a wavy texture to it. I don't know what would cause that, but interesting. Okay, this is pretty light on cold sniff. I'm really having to stick my nose in here. Let me just... Okay, what I'm smelling is really quite delicious, but it's quite light on cold sniff. So I hope that that's not a bad sign. Vanilla crumb cake. There's definitely like a cake note in here for sure. There is a like mocha coffee note in here. Definitely, like it's aptly, I feel like it's aptly named for sure. And this label makes sense. Creamy caramel, Luckily, it's kind of light on the caramel. I feel like Harry insists on putting either caramel or maple in everything, especially gourmand for the fall. And I don't love that. I'm not a big maple fan. Maple smells very cloying and overly sweet to me. I don't even like, I've said this before, I don't like eating maple. If you give me a maple bar, I will give it back to you. And I love donuts, so that's really saying a lot. And he also insists on a lot of caramel. Caramel, again, is one of those, if it's done well, I can handle it, but oftentimes, once again, it's too sweet, it's too cloying. The caramel that's in here is quite light, and it doesn't smell like the type of caramel that would come out like significantly stronger once you light the candles. So I guess we've got that going for us. Well, I have that going for me. You might love caramel, and you might be disappointed by the amount of caramel in here, but I'm pleased with it. I'll take it. And then powdered sugar. There is definitely a sweetness to this, but it is more of a powdered sugar. When you like smell powdered sugar, it really does smell like powdered sugar. This is the worst explanation ever, but go stick your nose in some powdered sugar. Like, it has a very distinct fragrance to it, and I get that in here for sure. So this is nice, but like I said, a little bit lighter on cold sniff. So yeah, we'll have to see. When was this poured? It says, oh, April, yeah. April 8th of 20, so this was poured a few months ago. I don't know, it might be worth putting some of these away for another month, but I also want to review them, so yeah, we'll see. But just for reference sake, a lot of the spring and summer candles that were lighter for me from the get-go, I've been burning them towards the latter part of this summer, and they are stronger, not significantly, but they are stronger than when I first received them. So for me, I have the experience that if a candle sits a little while, especially with HomeWorx, it tends to improve a little bit in strength and throw. So I don't know if they cure more as they sit, but that's just kind of what I've noticed. Okay, let's do the 3 wicks a little bit later. I did also purchase some of the 3 wicks. I don't normally buy the 3 wicks only because they don't do as well in my open concept house. Like, we have really high ceilings in the downstairs of our house, and it is very open concept. It's like that early 2000s, like every room melts together type of style. So the 3 wicks might do better in a home that is a little, maybe an older style home where the rooms are more like enclosed. But everything down here is just like it's just a big old space. So yeah, anyway, but let's do those 3 wicks last. What's this? Ooh, okay, honey, glazed honey graham. There we go. Sorry, I can't read today. Again, same lid. So, ooh. Oh, that smells like a graham cracker. Oh. It's like a honey made graham cracker. This is delightful. Little stronger than the last one on cold sniff, but not significantly. Oh, it smells just like a honey made graham cracker. What are our notes here? Golden honey. Rich caramel. Ah, the frickin' Harry. Caramel. Graham cracker and vanilla bean. Once again, the caramel is not the first thing that smacks me in the face here, so it's okay. But here we are again with the caramel. Honestly, it smells like a honey made graham cracker. If you have some graham crackers at your house, open those up, stick your nose in there, and that's what this candle smells like. If you like that fragrance, get this. I feel like this would be a good layering candle. That's probably what I will use this for. I think this would go quite well with a lot of these fall scents. So I will probably use this one as a compliment. Like, I think this would actually, bear with me here. Sorry, I had to try not to burp on camera, so I had to swallow that burp. It's so gross. Sorry, guys. TMI. I think this would be delightful with blueberry cheesecake. I mean, this has a graham cracker note to begin with because it's cheesecake. But yeah, I think these would be really quite nice together. So maybe we'll go down that route here. What else? What else do we have? What is this one? It is a mess in this room, just so you know. There's stuff everywhere. Oh, that's Alf's toy. I was like, what is that? Is that a turd? That would be a massive turd for my pugs. That's a dog toy, just an FYI. This is Harvest Bake Shop. Okay, I was really kind of excited about this because it says Bake Shop, and you know how I feel about bakery scents. The label on this implies nuttiness. It implies some fall spices, some brown sugar, some pumpkins, some nuts, and some apples. So what is this gonna smell like? Ooh, it's hitting me in the face already, so that's a good sign. That's so interesting. Not interesting bad. Like sometimes when, you know, I will watch footage back and be like, it looks like you hate it. I don't hate this. Kind of trying to, this is a very busy candle. Like I feel like there's a lot going on with this. So let's read through these fragrance notes. By the way, these are just first impressions. This is not to like tell you that what I'm saying on cold sniff is going to be true for when it is burning. I will always do post-burn reviews for you guys, especially of new scents. Typically when I buy something that's already been out, I will not re-review it unless I feel like it has been altered, or if I think the performance is drastically better or worse. In that case, I might re-review a candle, but you know, otherwise I will just refer you back to my last review of it. Okay, okay, so one thing I am noticing, let me just say this, it's not a huge deal, but I'm seeing some drips of wax. Like there's one on here. This one has some drips of wax around the outside of the edge. I feel like maybe the quality control on this wasn't super great, but it's not like a huge deal. I can just scrape that off. Creamy pumpkin, crushed gingerbread, sugared molasses, and whipped buttercream. That is gingerbread that I'm smelling. It's a nice gingerbread though. I typically don't like gingerbread. I feel like American gingerbread is it's very spicy to my nose, and I don't love that. I prefer like the soft German gingerbread. This does have some nuttiness to it. It doesn't really say in the name that there's like nuts in here. It implies it on the label. Maybe that's why it's like, maybe it's like a subliminal thing, but I swear there's like some nuttiness to this. There is a really nice pumpkin note in here, and it is very creamy. It smells like you just took a bunch of like fall scents and were like, whee, let's put these in here and mix it up and see what happens, and it's pretty delicious. I wouldn't say this is like hoard worthy for me. We'll see what it does when it is burning. I like it. I like it on cold sniff, but it's not one that makes me go, wow. Although when I took the lid off, it's certainly, this one smells stronger again than the other ones so far on cold sniff. But that being said, some people got their candles much earlier than I did when they were released. And I've heard from a few people that some of these scents are, again, on the lighter end of the spectrum. So take that for what it's worth, but I have not burned these yet. Obviously not, because I'm just getting them out of the boxes now. And then, of course, I didn't even open one of these. You guys, I had to. I got 4 of the Harvest leaves. Oh, I have no way to even open this. I got 4 boxes of Harvest leaves, but I really want to see what these smell like on cold sniff. Oh, geez Louise. Bear with me. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can bust into this. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Okay, hold please. I'm gonna go get a knife and open this and see what I get on cold sniff here. Okay, sorry about that. Alf was very displeased with the fact that I disrupted his slumber. Oh, get back in my lap, little buddy. There you go. Okay, listen, Harvest leaves. I am one of the original die-hard Homeworx fans from like the very beginning. When he launched at QVC, I was right there for it because I loved Harry's scents when he was over at Bath & Body Works. So very excited to see him start up his own brand again. And one of the first fragrances that he put out for that first original year on QVC when he launched the brand was Harvest Leaves. And when I tell you that this is one of my holy grail fall fragrances, like, I am not exaggerating. It is something that every single year I have to have. I am so glad it came back this year. I stocked up on this the first few years that it was out. In fact, I still have one of the very original HomeWorx 3-wick Harvest Leaves. And if you are newer to HomeWorx, when they first started out at QVC, the candle jars were the same, but he had a 3-wick format. After the first couple years, he went to this 4-wick format. So I'm not sure what prompted that change, but anyway, here we have Harvest Leaves, which is a staple for me every single fall, and I hope he never does away with this particular fragrance because I think it's so beautiful. I know a couple people, for example, my friend Kevin, he does not care for this. I don't understand his dislike for it, but I love it. I love this so much. This is one of those fragrances that, like, I will, as long as it is being made, it will always be in my home. It is so beautiful. It's very kind of generic in some ways, but just delicious and incredibly well done. Spiced pumpkin, mandarin, cranberry, fir balsam, and applewood. Oh, it's so good. It is, like, you get every single note. It is a little bit more cranberry forward. So if you are not a lover of anything related to cranberries, you're not going to be pleased with this particular fragrance. However, I love cranberry and I love pumpkin. I love a fir balsam note. This just is, to me, like the epitome or the essence of, like, end of September into October. This is also a fragrance that I can burn around the holidays. It's just one of those ones that once I transition into fall, it takes me almost through to the end of the year. It's just so pretty, you guys. I will say this has a decent strength and throw just based on the cold sniff that I'm getting right now. So I will certainly be testing this year's version, but also this year I'm going to finally burn my last 3-wick that I have left. Yeah, we'll move forward from that. But you do pick up that little bit of, like, that citrus mandarin note in here, but it's not like the first thing that you smell. And there is, like, that applewood note in there. It's a really light woody note. I typically don't like a lot of super woody fragrances. This is just like a touch of it, and it's just enough to, like, make it really unique and different. This just smells like a cold, rainy, cozy fall day to me, and I love it. Clearly, I have a thing for it, and I listen, you guys, I know I'm not supposed to be hoarding candles, as I said earlier. However, I did buy 4 of these, so fight me. I gotta have it, and I'm always afraid that Harry's gonna do away with it, and if he ever does, I'm gonna be very, very sad. I'll be sad, for sure. Okay, let's discuss some of these 3-wicks. These were on a special where they were, like, I think 2 for $24. And again, these I purchased mostly just to be able to review for you guys, review the fragrances. These don't do very well in my home. When I put these into the upstairs bedrooms, or if I put this into like a bathroom setting, they do quite well in there, but that's because the ceilings are lower there and the overall, like, square footage of the rooms is significantly smaller. So don't be afraid of these candles. If you live in a less open concept style home, you might actually have quite good luck with these. So Deep Dish Apple Pie is back. This was originally released, gosh, I can't remember the year. It was a few years ago, maybe 2018. It came in a trio of 3-wick candles that were a TSV, I think. And it's delicious. This is a really great apple pie scent. And if you like apple pie scents, this is a really great option for you. These also, actually, these do quite well when I pop them into my candle crocks. So if you're someone who melts your candles, check these out for sure. These do fit into a candle crock, and obviously they will fit really nicely underneath a candle lamp. What are our notes here? Gooey apple nectar, cinnamon, vanilla, and pie crust. Oh, it's so good. It really is like a golden nectar, like apple type note. It's very sweet, but it's not to like a cloying sweet level. It smells like the apple pie filling that you either make on your own or that you get in a can. I don't love canned apple pie filling, but I do think that it smells pretty darn good, and I feel like that's what we get here. It's like a very concentrated, gooey, like apple that has been sitting in that like touch of lemon juice, and then the cinnamon and the nutmeg, and it kind of has been like, I guess, macerating in there, and it's just ooey gooey and ready to pop into your pie crust. It's really nice. There is a pie crust note in this. There is a little bit of vanilla in here, and I think that kind of mellows that sweetness out just a touch. And definitely cinnamon. I mean, there's cinnamon in any apple pie. I also like to put nutmeg in my apple pie. This is just really, really lovely. And again, these are 3 wicks. So this one here is pumpkin spice. The notes on this are roasted pumpkin, cinnamon stick, ground nutmeg, and glazed sugar. This smells really heavy on molasses to my nose, and I don't love this one a ton. I will burn it, I will review it for you guys, but for some reason I'm getting a lot of molasses from this, which really isn't like listed here. But yeah, it's like that dark sugary sweetness. There is pumpkin in here for sure. There is cinnamon, there is nutmeg. And the glazed sugar to me comes off more as molasses than anything else. This isn't terrible, but this isn't my favorite type of pumpkin scent. It's a little too, this one is a little too borderline cloying for me. That being said, it's also quite a bit stronger than the last one that I showed, the deep dish apple pie. But I think there are some people that will enjoy this. If you typically like a heavier molasses type scent, check that out. I think you're gonna be pleased with that. Creamy pumpkin, I'm kind of hopeful for this one. White pumpkin, cinnamon bark, white maple, and sugared vanilla. This is really creamy. I really like this one. I like this way better than the last one. Probably should have just gotten 2 of these. I kind of assumed that I would enjoy this one because I do like the white pumpkin note that Harry does. It doesn't come off as perfumey to me. There are some white pumpkins that do come off a little bit more perfumey than they do gourmand, but this smells more gourmand to me for sure. Definitely cinnamon. Definitely like that sugared vanilla. Maple. Yeah, there's maple in here, and I told you guys I don't love maple, but this is a very light maple. It's not maple forward at all. I don't know if that helps you in deciding whether this is for you or not, but it's not maple forward on cold sniff. It's more of that like creamy white pumpkin. It smells like there's like a creamy vanilla running throughout this as well. Cinnamon. Really, it's lighter on the cinnamon for sure. This is not cinnamon forward at all. It's just really nice. This is super pleasant. I would totally like burn this in my bedroom. It's really, really pretty. So love that. And then what's the, okay, cozy weekend. This is one that I was a little bit like, I don't know. Let's see. Cozy Woods, roasted almond, clover honey, and vanilla. Quite frankly, I was a little bit curious about how the woody or wood note in here would pair with roasted almond and honey. So let's see. Yeah, I don't love this. I don't hate it, but I don't love this. It's kind of, do I say weird or I feel like saying it's weird would be like rude, because some of you are probably totally gonna love this one, but to to my nose, I think I would have loved this without that wood note in here. It definitely smells like, what would I compare this to? It's not like a driftwood. It doesn't smell like, I don't think it smells like a tree stump either, like a slice of wood. It's interesting. I don't know how to explain this one. I feel like this is one that you're gonna have to sniff and determine for yourself if you like it. I might burn this one in my bathroom. Like, I could consider this like a bathroom scent, but I feel like it's kind of weird to have like a sweet, slightly gourmand fragrance in your bathroom, but maybe. I'm gonna have to see what happens to this when it burns, because this is one that I am totally on the fence about right now. I just don't know how I completely feel about this. I will say I do like the label. This is a very, yeah, I mean, it's like a picture of, I'm assuming, a coffee table, a book, and a nice blanket, and a cup of tea, it looks like. So nice cozy scene here, and I do like the vibes of these candles. Like, they're all white, and then they have a nice clean label, and then they have, it's that same kind of lid on these bad boys. So that is making me think that, I think this is gonna be the direction for the lids going forward, so. Save your lids, friends. Okay, now we are going to discuss the 2 candles that were sent to me as PR. So if this is a turn off to you, toodaloo, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Everybody else, we have ScentWorx Spiced Pumpkin Puree here. Once again, I don't purchase ScentWorx candles because, like these 3-wick candles here, these are just not large enough, and they don't have enough oomph to fragrance the downstairs of my house, which is quite frankly where I burn most of my candles. So you can see the surface area that you're getting is very similar between these two. I do love the ScentWorx jars. These are very thick, very heavy. These are beautiful jars to repurpose. They do come with a glass lid. And let's check out what this spiced pumpkin puree here is all about. This is kind of a generic pumpkin scent here. So spiced pumpkin, cinnamon stick, crushed clove, and vanilla cream. You have smelled something very similar to this at some point in your life. I feel like, somewhat similar. This almost smells like a lighter version of, what's the one that, Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. Bath & Body Works Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. It's kind of along the lines of that. It's nice. It's pleasant. It is fall, but it is somewhat generic. So that being said, you can find these candles at Kohl's. The second one that they sent me is Cool Autumn Day. This smells like a holiday candle to me. This smells like Christmas tree, honestly. I actually prefer this one over the pumpkin one, and that kind of surprised me because when I first opened the box that they sent, I was like, ooh, oh no, I'm probably not gonna like this. Turns out I do. So your notes here are autumn apple, orange zest, eucalyptus frost, and white cedar. I don't get apple from this. Maybe I will when I'm burning it, but I don't right now. I don't get orange zest. Not at all. I'm trying. Maybe if I like. Nope. It smells like cedar. It smells like cedar. I don't even get much eucalyptus. There's a touch of eucalyptus in here for sure, but it's mostly cedar, and apparently white cedar at that. All right, it smells like a holiday tree. I'm probably gonna be, this would be great when transitioning from fall into the holiday season. There we go. Although I don't really transition into holiday, it's more of like a hard slam into, I put the fall stuff away and the very next day the house looks like Santa's vacation home because I love to decorate for Christmas. It's like over the top, it's ridiculous, it's way too much, and it takes me forever to put it all away. But yeah, this will be a great kind of transitional scent, I guess, like I said. into the holidays. And yeah, so find these ScentWorx candles now available at Kohl's. Kohl's has sales quite frequently. I don't really shop at Kohl's very often, but I think you can use your, I think they have like rewards coupons. Don't quote me. Clearly, I am not a Kohl's shopper. I think they have rewards coupons that you can use towards these, but like a lot of their regular coupons don't apply. But they do have frequent sales. So I don't think you should pay full price for your ScentWorx candles because you don't have to. The sales at Kohl's are frequently or frequent enough to where you can pick those up during a sale for probably anywhere from like, I've seen them as low as I think like $15.50 or something like that. Sometimes they're $17.99, but yeah, I don't think you have to pay full price of $24.50 for these. That's the manufacturer suggested retail price. So all right, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this slightly chaotic candle haul. Let me know what you picked up from HomeWorx over their recent sales. I'm sure a lot of people are really into picking up the Halloween stuff. He launched quite a number of Halloween candles on the .shop website this year. I'm, like I said, interested in the spooky vanilla. I want the spooky cider one. I am just not finding all these candles at my TJ Maxx or Home Goods like a lot of you guys are. Granted, I have not hit the stores up like, you know, every single week, but typically I will visit Home Goods like once a month, once every like other month. Haven't really seen very many HomeWorx candles at my Home Goods. There is a TJ Maxx that I usually try to get to at least once a month. Haven't really seen very much there. I did see a couple of the summer candles there towards like the middle of the summer, but yeah, for the most part, I don't have the luck that you guys have when it comes to finding a lot of these HomeWorx candles at the outlets. The price point, if you're gonna find them at those places, is around like $16.99. That seems to be like the going price for the HomeWorx candles. And they are, I think it was just Shantae over on Instagram. She shared that she asked Harry if these are like specifically made for the outlets, or are these the same candles that they sell at like QVC or at the Homeworx.Shop. And I believe that Harry confirmed with her that these candles are all, they're all the same. So it's not like they are an inferior quality. It's just, I guess, a certain number are designated to go to TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, and even Nordstrom Rack. You can find some of the HomeWorx candles there. So it just kind of depends. At Nordstrom Rack, I think they're retailing for around, I think it's more like around $20 there, so there's a little bit of a range. Anyway, if you're into like shopping around, you might be able to find some of these, but I don't know, if you're like me and you're not into hunting things down, you can just order them from either QVC, Homeworx.Shop, Ulta, or Kohl's. So, all right, have a great rest of your day, and please subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.